Aaron Robinson, a Pembroke native who is an acclaimed author, entrepreneur, and co-founder of the nonprofit Still I Rise, has released a brand new book called Not Going Unnoticed, The Aaron Robinson Story. Now, this Amazon bestseller tells the story of Aaron's rise from abject poverty in Pembroke. You can buy your copy now on Amazon, Amazon Kindle, Barnes & Noble, Good Books, and Walmart.com. You can also listen to episode 37 of Kankakee Podcast to learn more about Aaron and Takara Robinson.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius whodini-blak Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
At dollarseed.com, all of our seeds are only $1 a pack. And we have online resources that teach you all about the rewarding hobby of growing your own plants, flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Imagine the joy you'll feel when your children actually help you harvest your first garden crop, or the pride of knowing you'll never need a florist again. Visit dollarseed.com and grow a little magic of your own for just $1. Dollarseed.com. What could be healthier?
Hello. What is up? What's up? What's going on, guys? Welcome to an incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio, and I am your host, Deanie. We have another special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say that you have to persist. You know, achievements come to those who remain consistent, to those who can stay focused and committed no matter what. Though the winds may blow, though the rain and the snow may come, the mountain stays firm. Be a mountain. Stay firm in your resolve to reach the destination you have chosen. Trivial and meaningless things will come along to distract you. Choose to ignore them and continue moving in the direction that you've chosen. You know, worries, fears, anxieties will spring up. Listen to what they have to say, learn from them, and then let them go as you continue to move forward. Others will criticize you and doubt you and perhaps even laugh at you for your, focused purpose. Pay no attention to their doubts, for you are on a path towards achievement. Many will set goals, yet too few will persist long enough to see them through. Be among those who do, and you'll experience the joy and fulfillment that only true, meaningful achievement can bring. Take that from me, Coach Deanie. That is my word, and word is bond.
Have you struggled budgeting your finances? Don't worry, you're not alone. HumbledBudget.com, that's HumbledBudget.com, is the help and resource you've been searching for. HumbledBudget.com is a personal finance and educational website with a great variety of topics when it comes to budgeting, taxes, investing, and the popular topic of FIRE, financial independence, retire early. HumbledBudget.com has a goal, and that's to help you reach your financial dreams, no matter what your goals are when it comes to finances. It doesn't matter where you start, where you come from, or where you are right now. HumbledBudget.com can help. What are you waiting for? Take that first step to the financial life you've dreamed of and go to HumbledBudget.com. That's HumbledBudget. HumbledBudget.com.
All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Deanie. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings, the ones who were out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, prepare yourselves for an emotional and artistic roller coaster as we sit down with the unshakable Sabi, a name that defines resilience and artistry. Sabi is back after a decade-long hiatus to redefine the pop and R&B genre with her unparalleled style and perspective. Her journey is nothing short of extraordinary, and today she's here to share it all. And with that, let's welcome her to the show. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. All right. So, you've chosen to fall back in love with music. Congratulations.
It's more like music and I just fell back in love with each other. It's like, it's not a choice. It's never been a choice. But I definitely was heartbroken for a while, and now we're back.
Absolutely. Well, can you tell us more about that rekindled romance and how it's really influencing your new EP, Chakra Blu?
Sure. I'm not new to music professionally. My first record deal was like in 2009, and I was in a girl group from a part of a movement called the Jerk Movement in LA. And it was a bunch of young kids, getting record deals off of YouTube. YouTube just came onto the scene. And it was quite the experience because I just loved to sing. I loved to perform. I was a cheerleader. I would do that for free every day for the rest of my life. It just so happened that I met the right people who were audition and try out and this and that, and I landed in a girl group and we got a record deal off of our YouTube video, and my journey began professionally. And from there was a lot of things that took place. It was just me and another girl in the group, two of us. And the other girl was injured in a gang-related incident and left me trying to figure out how to keep things going with our new record deal. She eventually recovered. She's still okay to this day, but she was no longer able to do music. So I was singing originally and then started rapping her parts. And a year of that led me to another record deal as a solo pop artist with Warner Brothers and pop producer Dr. Luke. And that led me to tour with Britney Spears and have a song with her, and another song with a band named Cobra Starship that went platinum a few times. And that opened my world of traveling and performing all over the place and on television. And so all of that was amazing, but I also really, after 6 years of that, started to understand that music was really business first. And the business part was, intense and cutthroat and really not about the feeling or the magic that music can produce. And so that was kind of difficult for me to process and accept. And I remember stepping away from music, feeling like I didn't know why I was doing it anymore, because everything that I thought it wasn't. And although I was getting to travel and experience things I never experienced before, I felt like there was a part of myself that was being stifled as an artist creatively. And the fact that everything was so programmed and calculated for marketing and sales left it kind of cold and stuff to me. So I stepped away and spent a lot of time in nature. I picked up yoga and really reconnected with myself as a person versus a product. And that was the best thing I could have ever done, I think, because at that point I was done with music. I was like, well, I love it. I'll just be a fan. And that's okay, because I didn't feel the same fire to create it as much or to create it and share it at that level. So I was totally fine with that. I was still writing songs and still making, I started painting, acted a little bit. Like, I just like to create. But I ended up getting a call to audition for what became Apple Music Radio. And in there, I fell back in love with music because we were listening to everything globally. And it was inspiring to hear what was happening in Africa or Korea or, any of these places. So that is where the reignition of me wanting to, that spark of me wanting to create it again and share it with the world. And so about 2 years ago, I reconnected with a family friend who was fully in the game, fully trying to do their thing. They were making stuff happen for themselves as a model and as a musician. His name is Cam Calloway. And he was like, "What are you doing? Are you doing music?" And I was like, "I kind of have the bug to create again." And he was like, "Let's do it." And we just kind of got together and figured out, I wanted to do something fun because music before I stepped away became so tedious and business and strategic and anything but fun. And so I wanted to have fun this time, again, with music. And all of my music that I've ever done is a combination of the pop stuff with Britney Spears, and then in the girl group, it was kind of like big talking, street talk, just swaggy, stuff. And then I did release an EP, a mixtape on SoundCloud only called 0 to 60 Love Sounds, and that was more smooth and R&B. So this project, Chakra Blu, that I just dropped, is a combination of all of those things. And I just got to have fun with it. And so that's kind of how I fell back in love with the idea of not just making music, but sharing it. And I've done everything independent so that I could have control, so that I could have creative control, and that I could, say what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it. And that was a learning curve because I spent so much of my music career with a major label. So doing it this way was definitely a process to understand all the best ways to move and how to fund it and all of these kind of things. But we made it to the finish line. It's been 2 years in the process, and it's now streaming everywhere. And the video for the single, Take It Back Kindly, is on my YouTube page at youtube.com/Sabi. And I don't know, I'm really proud of it. And it's also the first project that I own my own publishing again, too. So.
Really? How does that feel?
Yeah. So that's in a nutshell, I think.
Okay. How does that feel, the publishing thing?
It feels great because I didn't understand it for the longest time. It's kind of a complicated thing, but you have to have a publishing company. But if you don't have a publishing company and you're just brand new, it's ideal that you have a company that is established that can help you get into studio sessions with other artists or bigger artists who can, maybe help you get a song placed on their new album, So, but they take, half or more than half sometimes of your royalties, and that's indefinitely until you're out of the deal. And sometimes they give you an advance, and you have to recoup that before you start seeing any money. And it gets deep with the business stuff. And so, as a young person, I didn't fully understand what, it was just out of my scope of understanding how that worked. And that's just one part of the business. So it was nice to be able to get that, and this project feels like ownership on so many levels for me as a creative. So yeah, it feels good.
Absolutely. After years in the music industry, you stepped away, as you mentioned, and rediscovered yourself. What do you think kind of helped contribute to your newfound authenticity?
I think having a support, a creative supportive team. So Cam Calloway, like I mentioned before, he was able to pull in different producers and a couple of songwriters to help me flesh out concepts and songs, and everyone was so supportive. If I'm like, hey, I want to talk about this in the world, in society, and like I have a song called Gain the World, and the main tagline is gain the world, lose your soul. And being able to like kind of flesh those ideas out, go in that direction, have the support, that was something that I did not have when I was with the major label. Every idea I had, there was pushback. Every concept I had, there was pushback. And there was so much push for me to perform and sing and record records that they thought that I should record. And like I said, I understand how business works, and it wasn't my money. And so that was what it is. But this time, that wasn't the case. And so having that creative support where I'm like, hey, I want to talk about this. I want to go in this direction. I want the track to feel like this. And then people are like, let's do it. That was just everything for me as a creative, because it doesn't matter what. There's not too many people that can do everything by themselves. Like, unless you're Prince and you can play 7 instruments, you write all the songs, you arrange all the music, you record yourself and write the lyrics all. There aren't too many. So you need like a team. And having a team that was supportive was so crucial for me to be able to get my voice across the way I intended to.
Absolutely. All right. So your song, Take It Back Kindly, has been called a perfect tease for your upcoming EP. What inspired this record?
That record is just pure fun, flirtation, and it has a tropical vibe to it. And it just was just wanting something to feel light and feel good, because some of the records are... I'll say some of the records are about feeling great, and it's just a vibe, and that's one of the records. And some of the other records are like, I'm actually trying to get something across. I'm trying to get a message across, and I tried to blend everything in it because I didn't want the project to be like too heavy or too fluff. I wanted a mix of it all, and I think that record is just fun and flirty and cute and cool. And the writers, Cam and Note, we were all just talking about, like, you know, what feels like this energy we're trying to capture. And when the beat was played, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. that's the feel right there. That feels amazing. I want that. So yeah, that's kind of how that was formatted.
Nice. All right, we're getting ready to play it now. Take It Back Kindly. And then we'll be back to put you in our traditional hot seat. It's where you get to perform for us if you want to. You could rap, sing, poetry, spoken word, tell a joke, tell a story from your life, play an instrument, or just give some advice. The choice is yours. But for right now, guys, here it is. Take It Back Kindly. Stay tuned.
Take it back kindly. Pick it up, wind it. This love is blinding. You know just where to find me. Tell me the right thing. You're so inviting. Give me body, need extra. This energy, it connects us. Every time you caress my lips, I move my hips to perfection. Be my protection. Give me direction. We're reaching the exit. You're my reflection. Take it back kindly. Do those things that remind me. Take it back kindly. Our bodies sync while we vibing. Take it back kindly. Pick it up, wind it. This love is blinding. You know just where to find me. Tell me the right thing. You're so inviting. Stars align in perfect timing. Under the moonlight, diamonds shining. If your heart is searching, you gon' find me. I just might put up a fight. Hope you came to dance tonight. Take it back kindly. Do those things that remind me. bodies sink while we vibing. Take it back kindly. Pick it up, wind it. This love is blinding. Whoa, whoa. You know just where to find me. Tell me the right thing. You're so inviting. Whoa, whoa. Take it back kindly. Our bodies sink while we vibing. Our bodies sink while we vibing. Whoa.
All right. Welcome back again. That was Take It Back Kindly. Yo, I love the way that feels. Not only the way that sounds, but how it feels. Oh, man, that is definitely a vibe. All right, let's go ahead and bring her back. Yo, you're back live with us and in our hot seat. What are you going to perform for us?
All right. I'm going to sing one of the songs off of the EP. It's called The Outer Net. And I wrote it in a time where, like, the world felt extremely chaotic and nothing has changed. So, here we go. We've forgotten how to feel, baby, and I think the world is gone crazy. What about the drama scene on TV? I've been trying, but I cannot find peace. Where is the love we all just love? How come nobody loves? Shots into my pockets empty, but the void is so deep. Will I find the light, baby? 'Cause I swear I know I can't see. Where is the love? We're all so numb. How come nobody loves? That's all that.
Wow. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, during your break, you had a chance to dive into other ventures like yoga, acting, and even hosting a radio show. How did these experiences reframe your relationship with music?
Oh, yeah, that's a cool question. Because that was, well, for one, like with the acting experience, I did a film for television called Isa, and it was on Telemundo and Chiller, and it was, it was a way to express creativity, take on character and different energy, but I saw the vast difference in creating music versus film. Like, you go in on this film for 3-4 months, and then it's done, and then you maybe do like a promo run for like another month, and then that's it. You walk away. And I feel like with music, it almost feels like this constant promotion of the track to get people to listen, because everything is so oversaturated and like, look, I have a perspective, like, check it out, like, so it just felt different. Like, music feels like a never-ending promotion of yourself almost as the talent, versus acting is like, I played a character and here is the body of work that character was in, the end. So that was interesting. But then when it comes to like radio and like, anything that I get to, it's like, it's in proximity to music, meaning I'm talking about music, I'm analyzing music, which is something I genuinely love to do. I genuinely love to break down production and melodies and songwriting, and even artists, like the things that made them great to me. And I got to be a fan of music in the realest way, and that ability and time and space to just be a pure, genuine fan and not have to analyze it from myself being the product and myself being, is this going to come across that way I think it is? Is it, going to sell? That was something when I was at the major label that was so daunting. Is this going to sell? Is this, going to make numbers? And if not, will they open the budget for another chance? Like those kind of things were kind of in the way. So it was nice to just listen to music, talk about music, enjoy music, and appreciate it. And so, yeah, it's just definitely different to be near music but not be the face of it per se.
Yeah. And you also got a chance to incorporate some of your heritage into your music for the very first time. How did that feel?
Yeah. That was really cool, too. That is something, because it gets so deep. So, like, when I was with the major label, you know, marketing, again, it was a big thing that came up. And I'm Latina and Black. My mother is Salvadorian. My dad is African American. I grew up in LA, in Inglewood, to be precise, with my dad's side of the family. But when I was making music in the beginning, they kind of liked, you know, certain hairstyles that created a racially ambiguous aesthetic. And though that was like the angle, they never tapped into the actual Latin roots that were maybe part of why there might be that aesthetic that's possible. And so it was really interesting. They just kind of wanted this ambiguity, I think. And then, like, now, as, you know, a person who's in charge of my own music and my own creativity, I wanted to, like, kind of represent that. One, because my mother's been asking me to have a song with Spanish involved at some point in my career for the longest time. And two, I went to El Salvador twice, like not too long ago, for the first time as an adult, and kind of met my family for the first time and hung out with them, you know, and spent holidays with them. And it was like a big deal because it was that side. I didn't grow up with that side. And so that's why this project, I wanted to, like, add some of that into it, because it is a part of my cultural makeup. And though I didn't grow up with that side, I still grew up with my mother. And so I just wanted to, like, represent. And so just putting Spanglish in the record, which is what I grew up speaking anyways, was perfect. Like, you know, a verse in Spanish, a verse in English, or two verses in Spanish and the hooks in English. So, yeah, that was really cool. I want to do more of that.
Yeah. What would you say to young artists just starting to look up to your journey and, you know, and your resurgence in the industry? What advice would you have for them?
So one of the cool things about how time has gone on, like, basically when I was first in the industry versus doing stuff now, such a drastic difference. So much has changed. It's an ever-changing game. So the fact that the internet and TikTok has the ability to break artists is a brand new territory. And so I would take full advantage of that. There's no longer gatekeepers that you have to go through to be seen or heard. You can really just start doing the best work you can do and give it to people on your own terms. And as long as you're consistent, you can start to build and establish a solid core fan base. And that's what you want anyways. Like, you want people that are invested and want to grow with you, and they're like, okay, her first project was cool. Maybe the second one is going to be something cool too. And, like, just start with what you have. If it's GarageBand, if it's, you know, like a Fruity Loops, like that's what people were doing when I first got signed. They were using Fruity Loops program to make beats on their computer. Start with what you have and just, you know, like, have your consistency going with putting content and music out. If it's one song at a time, it's one song at a time. But you can reach people now in a way that you could not reach people maybe 10 years ago.
Absolutely. Where can our listeners connect with you online?
On Instagram, I'm at Sabi Sounds. That's SABISOUNDZ. My Twitter is the same handle. And then my YouTube is youtube.com/Sabi.
All right. What an absolute treat it has been to dive into the creative galaxy of Sabi. Thank you for sharing your journey, your challenges, and most importantly, your art. And to our listeners, don't forget to check out Sabi's groundbreaking EP. It's called Chakra Blu. It dropped this month, so congratulations to you, Sabi, on that as she embarks on her spiritual gangsta era. Let's all take a cue and find our own authentic voices too. And until next time, we appreciate the listeners for checking out the show as always. And Sabi, thank you so much for your time spending it here with me.
Thank you so much, Demetrius.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a blessed night.
You too. Bye.
Get ready to be inspired. We have a powerful book that's about to take over the business world by storm. Introducing Great Entrepreneurs Are Found on the Other Side of the Pressure by Kimon S.G. Brown Shabalala. A collection of incredible stories that captures the journeys of Black women entrepreneurs who continue to triumph over adversity. Ready to learn lessons to help you on your own entrepreneurial journey? Purchase Great Entrepreneurs today at tamarindhillpress.com or on major book platforms like Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Don't miss out. Grab your copy of Great Entrepreneurs Are Found on the Other Side of the Pressure now. Get the accompanying workbook to guide you on your own entrepreneurial path.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/Only1Media Group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request some music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Whodini-Blak Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.only1mediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.